All right.
Hey,
Hey, Chef. How's it going? Hey, class.
welcome to week 12. Y'all finally made it here. You are at the finish line. So proud of you. And today is a bittersweet day. You're exactly right, Lee. It is. There's a lot of excitement, and this is a kind of some closure on the practical part of your culinary journey here at Escoffier, and that's a milestone to celebrate for sure. For sure.
Definitely. And of course, to pull this, what I always love about the Farmer Lee meeting is the subjects. And I just, we'll talk about a few things tonight. We're going to talk about the mystery box, but I just want to see if you all noticed what's coming full circle. Farmer Lee talking about the utilization. There's that background noise. The utilization of products and vegetables, animals, right? Waste. Yes, exactly. That's his message, reducing waste. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll go deeper into that and find out if there's questions. Before we hop into questions, I know I see your hand, Barbara, but we do want to cover some important factors. Chef Lee, I see you getting excited. You want to take the ball with that one, or?
Just want to remind you all that the end of course surveys are out. Would love to get your feedback. That helps us provide the absolute best that we can to our students, and your thoughts and feelings are very important to us.
Definitely. How we can improve, how we can enhance. I know we've been sending out a few surveys throughout the course, and that is helping other departments within the school to improve. And that is what we are hoping as well that we can get from all of you. So just like we give you feedback, this is your time to give the school, the program, the course, Chef Lee and myself feedback. We like to learn and grow just like you all do. We learn from every course, from all of you who point out certain things, or we see things from your work shining through, or something that everybody had a problem with. So really anything that you all can help us with, we love, because you all see things in a different way than we do. And so, please fill that out. That's going to be open. It's usually open for like a day after the course, but try to just knock that out before Sunday. And then of course, week 11 was due last night. I've already seen a good chunk of beautiful cheese and butter coming through. And you've got that late period to submit until on Thursday, 11:59. And then we churn and burn right into week 12 being due no later than Sunday. I would say, like I mentioned before, knock it out earlier if you can, just so that way you don't worry about any tech issues. Double check your links. I just can't stress this enough. We don't want to have no access and then we miss seeing your folder. So knock that out. And then a few other things. Pretty much just remember the class closes, and that's a hard close. And then basically Chef Lee and the rest of, myself and the rest of the instructor crowds, we're going to be just grading because we've got 11 and 12s coming in. So we're going to be grading like crazy for the next few days, and trying to get that everything to the registrar as soon as possible, so that you guys can get loaded into your new classes. So that way you all are set upon return from summer break. So, and then summer break again starts up as soon as you drop that week 12 assignment in. You can sign off at that point if you want.
As long as you finished your assignments and quizzes for menu design and management.
Yes.
I feel a little silly today.
Hey, I feel silly every day, so it's okay.
One other thing I'll add is, if you have submitted a makeup assignment to me and you have not received a grade on it, please send me a message. It could be that there's a broken link that I need you to fix for me, but I want to make sure that you're given credit for every single thing that you have submitted.
Ditto. And is there anything else with that? chef. I think that's it. There's usually like, it's like the
Have
class detail.
fun. Have fun with your week 12 assignment.
Yes.
You know, show us what you've got. I sent out a link to my class about plating techniques. Want to see you shine on your plate. So remember, you don't have to put a huge serving of food on your final plate. As long as it contains those 4 things that are required, you can do a small piece of protein. You can do a little drizzle of sauce. Make it look really pretty. We do need to see those 4 components, but you know, it doesn't have to be like a comfort food portion size of those things.
And challenge yourself. I just want to throw that in. Challenge yourself. Even thinking, you know, I was just thinking about other ideas about rhubarbs. You could make a reduction, you know, and then a rhubarb reduction, right? Boil that, get that beautiful bright color out, that acid, you know, then emulsify that. That could be a beautiful little drizzle, not in the main sauce, but if you needed something acidic in there, you could add that, you know, bright color that just drizzles or pops right along everything. So keep thinking about, but really challenge yourself. Really challenge yourself. We want to see you shine. Yeah,
I'll put that link in the chat for the article about plate. It's 10 chefs share their you know, top plating techniques or something to that effect.
cool. And then I do want to just say, for anybody who has not yet submitted their week 11 or that's still working on it, the few things that I have seen are, we mentioned this last week, but people still not processing their heavy cream long enough. We told you this takes a while. It will happen. It literally has to happen. Keep pushing. You need to see full, you know, fat globules pulling away. It's going to look like whipped cream, and then it's going to start to look like not whipped cream. All right. You have to wait, and you have to keep pushing it past that. All right. Then that's going to continue to pull. Then you add that extra ice water. Then you're going to see that pulling apart. Same with your curds and whey. You need to actually, it's going to happen, but you really want to make sure that you're seeing that distinction between the curds and the whey. Sometimes you need to let it, you know, sit a little bit longer. If your curds are really wet, or your whey is still really opaque, you can't see through it, means you haven't really pulled all of that out there. So just let that go, keep it going. You know, you don't want to go high, but you want to make sure that you get that full separation. So you're extracting the most out of the milk itself and getting the most cheese, the most curds, and the whey as possible. So you don't have any impurities there. You don't want it to be a super wet. It shouldn't be a very wet cheese. These should be curds that are pulling out.
I have a suggestion. If it's too hot for you to handle to really squeeze out that excess liquid, you can tie a string or a rubber band or something around your cheesecloth or your flour sack, hang it on your kitchen cabinet knob, put a bowl under it and let it drain some as it cools. And then, you know, as soon as it's cool enough to handle, you can squeeze the rest out.
All right. Well, I think now we're clear on week 11. We've recapped that unless anybody has any questions. And let's hit up these few hands that are up, and then we're going to roll into week 12. Barbara.
Okay, just a few things. We're going to see you tomorrow, right? For our other class. Okay.
Yeah, we're there. This is just like a partial goodbye, and then we say goodbye again. You know, it's
no,
like
really goodbye.
a relationship that you just can't walk away from.
My question was, I don't have any idea what to do with the sorrel that I got. I read that you shouldn't eat too much of it for some reason, some sort of oxidization thingy majig, I don't know. So I wanted to put it in pasta, but if you can't have too much of it, that might be an issue. So I guess that was my question. Should I or should I not?
I mean, depending upon how you're going to utilize the sorrel in your pasta, I don't think that you would consume that much. I mean, I like to eat a lot of pasta, so there's that factor. But I don't think that it's going to create a problem. It could be just that it's going to be a little bit stronger on the digestive system. But some plants do have, you know, some qualities. You know, peanuts, for example, are toxic, right? We eat those. A lot, you know, nightshade plants would fall under the eggplant, tomato, pepper, potato. those are also can be toxic as well. If eat, dependent upon how your body reacts. As far as I know, I think you should be all right.
You have to eat a pound of it for it to negatively affect your liver.
There you go.
And what's that grass stuff called that we got with the seeds on the end?
Those are fennel microgreens. Yep. All right. Lee, can you unmute?
Yes. First, I'm going to miss y'all. This is my last class with both of y'all tonight. Second,
Oh,
I have tissues.
it's going to be sad.
well, you don't do
Jeffrey,
that.
I was wanting to know, how are you?
How what?
How do you maintain your nail polish? Because it's looked great every week since you got them done.
They're gel. And I don't
Oh, okay.
cook a
Fall
lot.
right off on me.
I cook on the weekends. Like I throw down on the weekends, but during the week, I yeah.
Okay. But now my actual question is, I have a lot of fennel sprouts left over, and I was wondering if there's something I can do with them, or can I plant them? And I have about half a pound of rhubarb left over.
I don't think your sprouts are going to
I think
transfer.
I'm gonna make another
Rhubarb marmalade sounds great.
transfer.
You know, Michelle mentioned that in the Farmer Lee presentation. And you can save it, or
Rhubarb
you can
marmalade?
pickle it. You can pickle it.
Okay.
You know, you just have to temper the tartness.
Now I used
It
almost
is
purple.
mouth puckering. It's so tart. So if you're going to pickle it,
Oh, I know. I tasted it raw.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this taste like?
I
I'm
also
glad I never had it as a kid, because I would not touch it right now.
I had a student for week 10 stain his salmon with beets before he cured it. It was gorgeous. So I don't know if, you know, the juice that comes out of the rhubarb, if it's a really bright like the outside, or if it's more like the inside, but you could potentially use it to do, you know, to stain something. That'd be a cool technique.
All right. I'm gonna try that one.
Also, you could always make, if
Gotcha.
you've got just
Thank you.
regular, if you've got some extra regular butter, you could just whip up a little fennel compound butter for fish. Additionally, you could just use it to jazz up a salad. You know, anywhere that you want to throw a little light fennel flavoring in could be nice. Even
Yeah, I don't really care for the fennel onion, but these sprouts are pretty good.
well, then I would just eat them.
They brought out the flavor. They brought out the flavor on the asparagus really well.
Oh, okay, awesome, perfect.
All right. So, okay, thank you.
All right, cool. You're welcome. Mary Sue. Let me unmute you. All right, success.
Hi, chefs. Again, I'm going to be like Lee. I'm going to end up crying because I've been with you for 2 sessions, so I'm going to cry. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. I do have a question. As for the sorrel, you and I were just talking. I was going to chop it and put it in rice pilaf. I'd do it that way. And then on the fennel, I was actually going to use more of a seasoning with the pork chop to do it that way. You know, just a real light, but again, not knowing it, wasn't sure if that would work.
I think that would be great. I mean, you're gonna, for a pilaf, it's always nice to have a little bit of acid in a pilaf, right? Because you've got the butter. So the sorrel would be beautiful in that, just to fold it in afterwards. And then you can even chiffonade that, fold it in. And then for the fennel, I think if you, the fennel sprouts, I think, you know, putting that on top, those sprouts are really, you know, probably don't really want, they're so delicate that I probably wouldn't, you know, cook heavily with them, but they could add, you know, they're gonna kind of take that heat, the residual heat from that pork chop, and add some nice aromatics to it. So that could be great. Chef, what did you end up doing with those fennel micros?
I made some pesto.
Ooh, yes. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
They, when I got them, they were very ripe, very,
Mm.
very ripe. So I wanted to do something. I wanted to make that pesto so I could freeze it, and preserve it. You can use it in pasta for sure.
Yeah.
As far as, do you have to use everything you got in the box? We really encourage you to do that. But if you receive something and it was kind of past its prime, or you have something else that you want to do, by all means, this is your opportunity to express full creative liberty here. So,
And you, Chef, you just brought up a great idea, because I totally almost let this pass. If anybody who has not received their box as of yet, first of all, what you're going to want to do is send a message to, I'm going to put this in the chat right now. You can verify with our shipping center warehouse and see if, let me just pull that up really quickly. If you know, some people did move and addresses weren't updated, or it came in and it was a little bit like Chef Lee said, a little past its prime, if you will. That could be, you know, then you don't want to use that. You don't want to use product that's not great. And if you didn't get it, then remember, we talked about this last week. If you didn't remember, weren't there, we want you to have some creative freedom. If you didn't have access to the box, and enjoy it and create a dish. I will pull up the requirements right now so we can just go over those. But we don't want you to be stuck in a position where you're saying, well, I didn't get the box, and so I didn't cook anything, right? That's not what we want. So let me just pull this up here again. All righty. So this is where we are, right? Self-ID, SANI, mise en place, standard since day one, CU101, right? Nothing's changed with that. Proper protein, right? Prepared for cooking. Protein of choice. You want fish, you want seafood, you want shellfish, pork, lamb, goat, beef, chicken, turkey, duck, rabbit, what you got? We want to see it, all right? Make sure that you're seasoning that, right? Seasoning is key. And then the cooking of the protein, and a finished protein with a thermometer showing proper doneness. All right. That's part one. Part two, a sauce. Sauce should be complementing this dish. Remember, this is a cohesive plate. Got 4 products coming together: a protein, a sauce, a veg, and a starch. All right. So for your sauce, again, proper mise en place, everything ready, everything in its place to execute. Simmering sauce or a reducing sauce, a sauce that's, you know, maybe you're making a pan sauce. So we would want to see, after your protein's been removed, we would want to see aromatics going into that pan. You know, you can give us an extra picture too if you want to show, hey, this is this and this is me deglazing, right? And then your finished sauce showing a proper consistency, whether that's nappe, that's an emulsion, whatever it might be. For your sauce, we want to see that. We don't want to see broken sauces, right? We don't want to see a bunch of fat. We don't want to see weak sauces. We want to see proper emulsion there. Next, we move into your veg. Again, proper mise en place, prepped out, right? Your veg cooking. Maybe you're roasting it. Maybe you're grilling it. Maybe you're broiling it. Maybe you're braising it, sauteing, and that finished vegetable. Okay. So that means we want to see some beautiful color on that. If we're grilling it, we want to see grill marks. If you've braised it, we want to see that it's been cooked long enough, right? Just like, think about all of the required photos that you've shown throughout the curriculum, you know, showing proper doneness, right? That it's cooked properly. A finished vegetable, all right? Moving on to your last, but yeah, Chef?
make sure you're demonstrating some knife skills where you have the opportunity. So if you're doing carrots, I don't want to see any whole baby carrots. I don't want to see any carrot slices. I want to see some julienne or some oblique cuts. Show us your best.
Definitely. And then we will move into our starch. So starch, again, proper mise en place, Moving into your sauteed aromatics, if applicable, right? Or simmering potatoes, if applicable, toasting the rice, where applicable, and finished starch. So if you're making pasta, we want to see that pasta coming from scratch. We don't want to just see a box of, Barilla on the counter next to a pot of boiling water, right? We want to see that, right? We want to see the steps for pilaf or whatever you're executing as your starch, but we really need to make sure we're having these individual components. All right. And again, salad is a beautiful thing. Salad is gorgeous. Salad should not be your vegetable on this plate. Right? We want to see proper cooking. You want to do a little bit of a beautiful garnish of something shaved and tossed in a light vinaigrette that you've made. Perfect. Again, we don't want to see canned products. We don't want to see a crock pot. We don't want to see an air fryer. No canned products. This is cooking. We're in culinary school. This is your last class before going to externship for cooking.
What you all are hearing from us is based on what we've seen in the past by part and parcel. So, we want to inspire you, and we want you to be very clear about what's expected of you. So, and encourage you to have fun and be super creative with this. I had a student who used canned green beans in his week 12. And I wanted to cry, so no barbecue sauce out of a bottle, all made with your hands.
And then last but not least, 2 identical finished plates, including all 4 components, properly plated, mindfully, whether it's casual or fine dining, rock it out. If you're saying, hey, you know what? I don't have a big budget right now. I have to make a small plate up. Go and use bouche style. You can make gorgeous plate ups if you had 1 chicken breast, right? So we're tight on a budget. It's just me and myself at home. I'm going to take that chicken breast. I'm going to cook it. Then I'm going to slice it on a bias. I can fan that out. I can make 2 small plates with 3 slices a piece of the chicken breast, right? With a beautiful sauce drizzled around, a little bit of a pomme puree or fondant potatoes and sauteed greens, right? It's just really simple, but you could make that in a tight little small plate. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be small, especially, when we think about, not cooking for a family or a crew.
I was gonna, Jesse, if I can address your question, the class. Couscous is something that doesn't show any technique other than boiling water and pouring it over the couscous and covering it. So if you want to do a couscous pilaf, or a couscous cake, little pancake or something creative to show some technique.
Yeah, we're adding different components to that couscous, right? Plumping raisins, plumping dried fruit, not just tossing in dried fruit.
Dukkha would be a great thing to add to couscous. Yeah.
Plumping your raisins, toasting nuts, adding chiffonading herbs, thinking about all those beautiful components that would make that, not just a simple starch. Because I'll tell you this much, I would say rarely do I want to walk into a restaurant and just get a side of plain couscous. Do you all? Is that what you want?
But some gnocchi would be great.
Ooh, gnocchi would be a great one. Yeah. See what else is coming out. Is there anything else in the chat that's coming in?
Jamie said she's going to miss us.
We're going to miss all of you too. Did you have, okay, that's another last thing. You all have our email addresses. Reach out to us. We said this last time as well. Broken record here. But literally reach out, follow up, ask questions. If you've got advice, need advice or seeking advice or have questions about anything, reach out. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Well, don't reach out on summer break because we will not respond. Well, at least I won't. Sorry, just calling it like it is. But afterwards I will.
We have a question about a chickpea salad that has some sorrel in it. What do you think about that?
Chickpea salad with just sorrel.
What else would you put in it?
Yeah, that seems a little lackluster to me.
You know, if you make a nice vinaigrette to toss it in, maybe cook some sort of, I don't know, if you eat bacon or turkey bacon, you know, cook some of that to sprinkle on top, or, you know, do some sort of fruit in there with it so that you're showing off some knife skills. You know, maybe some peaches would be nice in there. Yeah, rhubarb chutney is totally fine. Lee, I answer everybody that calls me, so I promise if you call me, I will answer, or I'll call you back. I had a student meeting yesterday with a former student who's about to open her food truck. And she had some questions about her menu and what sort of equipment she was going to need. And so we talked yesterday, and we're going to talk again next week. I love staying in touch with my former students.
Same here. I think it's the coolest thing. I get excited about what you all are doing, right? Because obviously Chef Lee and I are not as hands-on in the industry anymore. So we get to live vicariously through you. What's going on? Where are you working at? What's next? What are you making? All those things.
That's right.
2 more hands up. Barbara, were you covered? Was that from before, or is that a new one?
It's a new one because I'm trying to figure out, can you take 2 of those items and put them together? Because I'm trying to decide between 2 dishes. It's going to happen no matter what tomorrow. So your answer kind of helps me decide. If you're doing a ravioli and you're using the sorrel or the fennel in the ravioli, does that count as both your starch and your vegetable because you're using sort of like, no? Okay, so you'll have
That's
to
an
use this.
starch. You want to have a vegetable, right? The you know, utilizing the sorrel or the fennel sprouts, that's really just, that's you know, that's an herb, right? That's not going to be a strong component of that dish, right? We're still really thinking about making a dish, you know?
So do you have to physically see the vegetable, or could I put it inside of the ravioli? Like I could show you pictures of me cooking it and then putting it inside the ravioli. You know what I'm saying? Or like leaving it raw and doing the knife cuts and then putting it inside the ravioli, like sort of like that.
I mean, I still think you want to, like a vegetable that's just chiffonaded and thrown into a ravioli mix, which sounds delicious, by the way. For me, I don't see that as being a vegetable component of a dish. That's my personal point of view. Chef Lee might feel differently, but I don't see that being as a, you know, unless if you were making a spinach stuff, you know, where you actually have like an actual real vegetable component. So you're going through that sauteing process and, you know, adding, you know, garlic and onion, et cetera, and then processing that, folding that into your, you know, ricotta base. Then that, you know, has a little bit, but then I would still think, well, you know, you probably are going to want some type of veg still within that, on top of that ravioli. What else is going to be going on with that ravioli? What's the meat or the protein? How is that all going to be playing in together? Okay. Remember, you know, if you know, I also would, I'm fine. I don't know how Chef Lee feels about this, but if you were making a ravioli with a sauce, right? You know, great. But then we want to see a protein and a vegetable. You know, it doesn't have to, you remember, you could do 2 separate, but you would also be thinking, I want to want a sauce on, I would want a sauce with that protein and veg. You know, you want to be thinking about a dish. Remember, class, this is something that you would put on a menu that you want customers to buy. You're trying to sell this to get somebody excited about it. So you want it to be a full meal or two dishes, right? You just served a seared pork chop and spinach, right? You see where, okay? Or if it was just a ravioli with sorrel, beautiful. But that means I'm probably at an Italian restaurant, and I'm going to be ordering a few different courses, and they're going to be smaller plates. I'm going to have a primi, a secondi, I'm going to have that, rice course, pasta course, veg, contorni as a side, and then a meat or a fish. So in that sense, you just really want to be thinking about having a cohesive, full, meal. And if you need to separate those two, I'm okay with that, as long as it makes sense and you can see that there is fluidity and that it's not just this, well, here's a Mexican dish and then a Mediterranean dish. Where's that cohesiveness? Where's that flow? Where's the fluidity?
For those of you who weren't able to make it to Farmer Lee, we should have a recording of that we can post on our class pages, not necessarily today, but sometime soon.
Lee, is that a new one or old one? Lee, and then we got 2 more in line.
Okay. As you know, I've already done my dish, but I did not do, I sent you this in text, chat. I didn't take close-up pictures of my knife cuts because it didn't say a requirement, but I did do Bruron, chiffonade, 1/2 inch and small dice.
I can see them in
And I measured them.
Yeah, if I can see them in a mise en place, trust me, photos, believe it or not, guys, all of us chefs, we zoom in on photos, right? We are zooming in on all those photos. I see when stuff is a little bit off, right? I'll be looking. You'll be fine.
All right, cool beans. My
Yeah.
chiffonades are like super skinny, like in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. Rue barbecue. I like it, Katie. Little play on words there, working on that menu description. Christina.
Okay, I have a question. This may help the ravioli question as well. What if you was to do like your mystery box and do like a 3-course dinner, like have your appetizers as the ravioli and then having like the meal as like the protein and your veg and stuff, and then your dessert as something else, like 3-course meal in a way, and bring all of it together. Can we do that?
Yeah, as long as your protein and veg has a sauce and your pasta has a sauce, you can do multiple courses for sure. But we want to make sure, again, thinking about that complete meal, like you wouldn't just serve plain pasta, right? That goes on like a kid's menu. All right, you would have a pasta that's made with a sauce, or whether you're making pasta carbonara, right? You're making an emulsification with yolks and Parmesan, and you're cooking guanciale and pancetta, right? You're making a sauce and the starch there. And then maybe you want to follow that up with, protein and veg. But again, you would want a sauce. Remember, you want to think about cohesive dishes.
Okay, I was just using the ravioli as an example, but I was like saying, like in restaurants, you got the appetizers, you got your meals, and then you got your dessert. If we wanted to do that, is that acceptable?
Yeah, you can totally, if you want to have more than one course, I love that. Yeah, do it.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We have
Rich.
a question about how to become an instructor at Escoffier. When students graduate, they can come back as tutors if they meet the qualifications. So if that's something you're interested in, you can reach out to me and I put you in touch with the right person. You do not need a dessert and an appetizer. Not required. Just protein, starch, veg, and sauce.
Who's up next? I thought it was, wasn't it Richard? I think Richard was up next. And I do see something about a sorrel butter count as a sauce top to salmon.
I'm going to talk with her about that separately.
Yeah, it's a little, you know, I still want to make sure you're making a sauce. So, Richard, but it does sound lovely. Sorrel and salmon and butter. Richard, are you on vacation?
Hello.
Hey,
Oh, hey. How's everyone doing?
good. How are you?
All right. Now I'm on my phone. I don't know what's wrong with my computer or whatever. So I'm trying to sit here and try to figure out how to work this thing on my phone. But no, I'm not on vacation. Not yet. I don't go on vacation until July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, I remember we spoke about it before. I was gonna do, grilled boneless pork chops. I spoke to Chef Lee about it, doing a rhubarb, how you pronounce it? Compote or compote?
Compost.
Compote, okay. I was gonna do that. That was gonna be the sauce for, my pork chops. Now, I'm just asking because like it's a little weird. Like I'm trying to get with it and everything. So I was gonna do maybe like an apple couscous and then like a roasted fennel, or could I put like say the fennel stalks in the couscous and still have the roasted fennel bulbs?
So roasted fennel bowls with a couscous that's going inside of it that has fennel stalks inside of it, or I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah, like because you can use the whole fennel. From my understanding, I looked at some things.
A fennel
So,
bulb,
yeah,
yes, 100%. The bulb and the stalk, plus the leaves that branch off the stalk, everything is totally edible and super
right.
flavor.
So got you. So this is what I'm thinking. If I'm just asking if it's okay. So I was gonna do, like I said, the apple couscous, but then I was like, okay, I might as well use the whole fennel. So I could put like say the fennel stalks into like cut them up and saute them and then put them with the couscous and then roast the fennel bulbs.
Yeah, definitely. As long as you're cooking, I would say, you want to make sure that you're cooking those veg, because that fennel gets it's a little fibrous, and it's like the only way to eat that, raw is if you're shaving it super thin. Otherwise, it's a bit tough. But roasting it, braising it, butter mellows it out. Really is beautiful. So yeah, you could do that as long as you're, like we were talking about the couscous, making sure that we're actually cooking some other components to incorporate into that couscous to make it a bit more full and showcase your skills.
So what would you prefer? To put the bulbs with the couscous or use the stalks? What would you think that would be like because I've never had fennel before, so I can't really say. So
okay. Well, one thing I will say is I think that the bowl is a cool idea, but so this is what I always go back to. Bowl is cool. If you can make that work, awesome. Is that going to be difficult for the guest to eat? You always want to be thinking about how is the guest going to eat that? Is it going to be wobbling all over? Is it going to be tough? Is it,
Well, I was, like I said, it was going to be the roasted bulbs. I was going to,
just roasted bulbs, not roasted fennel bulb bowl.
Not a bowl. No, not a bowl. So what it's going to be? So it's going to be like grilled boneless pork chop. I'm gonna make the rhubarb compote, and then I was going to have couscous, but I was going to chop the stalks up, saute them and like maybe clarified butter or something like that. Mix that with the couscous. I'm using my whey to cook the couscous, and then I was going to roast the bulbs in the oven with like just salt and pepper and roast them up, and then maybe just cut them up or something like, what I mean?
Yeah, I think that could be great.
Okay.
And then the pork and the rhubarb compote, the fennel, hit it with some of those fennel microgreens as well.
Right.
And a little, maybe even throw some of that sorrel into your couscous fennel mix for a little acid balance, especially if you're cooking that fennel with butter. Play on that.
Okay, so maybe throw like a little sorrel in it to kind of hypen it up a little bit.
Give it some color as well and brighten the dish up. Yeah, totally.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. So
Cool.
I just want to try to get, because I'm probably trying to cook that tonight, but you know.
I can't wait to see it.
Cool. I love it.
Awesome.
Craig. Wait, we cannot hear you. Hold up, hold up. I think
Now
we're
we-
in.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. I'm trying to make sure I'm going in the right direction because I have the rhubarb and the microgreens. I was going to do the rhubarb with strawberries and do a crisp. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
You can
awesome.
use it as
Okay.
your dessert if you want. You know.
Okay. And then my protein, I'm going to do braised short ribs and with some mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
Could the microgreens go with inside the braise?
I would garnish it with it. You don't want to put it in there, otherwise it'll be destroyed.
Okay, garnish it. Right.
And then what about your vegetable? Because you need to cook a vegetable on the side as well.
Oh, I was going to do oh my gosh. I just. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna put you, I'm not putting you on the, don't worry, you got time. You've
As
got
long as
time.
you've
I'm not
got-
putting you
yeah,
on the
as long as
spot.
you've got one,
Oh,
that's cool.
I'm doing asparagus. I'm sorry. It's grilled
There you go.
asparagus.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Yeah, yeah. Now, because I heard someone say the rhubarb has like some type of is it kind of acidic?
Very acidic.
Would that work in the braise?
I would
Or
put,
if it-
I would put some of that in. And then think about that braise. In order to make a sauce though, right? In order to transform that braised liquid into a sauce, you need to take
Yeah.
that sauce, you need to take your protein out, right?
Right,
And reduce
right.
the sauce. Sorry,
Reduce just make sure you reduce that sauce after you finish the braise.
exactly.
Reduce it first? You mean reduce it before I put in the rhubarb?
No, you could you could throw that rhubarb in there, right? You don't want to put a
Okay.
lot because, you know, sometimes
Okay.
there's definitely always some acidic things that go into braises, right? Taste
Right.
that rhubarb raw and fresh before you do anything with it, first and foremost, okay? Putting some of that in a braise could be absolutely delightful, especially depending upon what type of meat you're cooking to cut some of that fattiness, right? And then you're gonna wanna, once you finish braising your meat, you're gonna reduce that sauce. And usually we would either then reduce that sauce to like a, you know, a glazed consistency or monté au beurre, adding butter in, right? Depending upon what cut it is, your braise may or may not have enough fat in there. And so you
Yeah.
might want to, you know, whisk in a little bit of butter after you've reduced that sauce. And now remember, you don't want to oversalt that, right? You don't want to oversalt your braising liquid. So that way, if you reduce it, it's not over salty, right? Just
Okay.
thinking about all these layers of levels that you're going to be trying to execute.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm having to change my braising thoughts because I was going to go Korean style with the braising, but then you were saying you didn't want to see anything that's, you know, store bought. So I'm going to have to rethink what I'm doing.
You can, I mean, you can buy store-bought stock to do a braise.
Well, it was going to be like a Korean barbecue sauce and some other stuff I had gotten to make this braise, but
I mean, you can make, here's what I will challenge you with. You can make a really beautiful braise using stock, some ginger, garlic, right? Think about
Right.
how you really want to be executing making a braise, right? If you need a little bit of that extra oomph from the, you know, Korean barbecue sauce, putting a, you know, or you know, putting a tablespoon or two in there is not the end of the world. But we don't want to just see like a you know, a can of a pre-seasoned flavoring agent as your sauce base, right?
right. No, I get you. I'm going to go in a different direction. I know what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. I was listening. I said, well, I need to go change what I'm doing. And so that's fine. I'm at Whole Foods now, going to put my stuff together.
Okay.
Awesome.
have
I
some
can't wait
fun.
to see it, Craig.
Yeah, 'cause I'm going to do the short rib, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Korean short ribs are going to be delicious.
Uh-huh. You're making me hungry.
Also think about, I will challenge you, Craig. I know that you're not in my class, but look into, thinking about what else you could do as a little side component. Palm puree, mashed potatoes is always delicious, right? With the braise, great. But what are you going to make? Some banchan? Banchans are the side dishes that go with a Korean meal. So that's usually like pickled or fermented little doodads. They can be really small little components, right? With some, you could saute spinach and chill that down and add some sesame oil and sesame seeds. You could make a kimchi fried rice, one of my favorites. You could make a kimchi or scallion Korean style pancake as a little component to your whole meal, kind of rounding at that idea of you're having this Korean fest, you're going for the Korean flavor, step it up, man. I love Korean food. I love short ribs, What, chef?
Barbara, you can buy the rice at the store. While we're having a laugh break, I want to introduce somebody, if I may, just very briefly. One of your classmates has a sous chef that works with her every week, and she comes to work with her chef's uniform on and is always in the self-ID photo. And I think she's a very, very helpful sous chef. So, Tyra, do you mind introducing your sous chef to us?
This is my baby sister, Julia. Can you say hi?
Hey, Julia.
Hi.
Hi,
You're
Julia.
a wonderful sous chef.
Yeah, she's 5.
I hope you keep cooking. Thank you,
Hopefully I
Tyra.
can teach her some things.
Yeah.
Julia, what's your favorite thing to eat?
What's your favorite thing to eat, Jules?
I think it is cherries.
Cherries.
Okay, cherries are awesome.
That's awesome.
Because that time I saw cherries the storm, and so we couldn't eat them. My gave me cherry and I ate it, and I never seen a cherry in real life
Oh,
in my flat.
well,
She likes
hopefully
to
you
tell
can find
stories.
some soon. Thank you for meeting us.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Julia.
Bye.
She has been a trooper this whole block helping her big sister out. All right.
Fabian, I see Fabian's hand up. Let me unmute you.
Hi, everybody. How is everybody?
Good, how you doing?
Okay, pretty good. Okay, my question is, that's not really a question, it's more of a comment. I heard everybody telling us what they're gonna make, and I am starved to death for all your recipes.
Me too.
I am going to incorporate rhubarb into all 3 of the dishes I'm going to make. I'm going to make a salad with the sorrel and rhubarb with a rhubarb vinaigrette and a sheet pan rhubarb chicken with asparagus. Oh, and my potatoes with some fennel on top, the fennel sprigs on top.
Cool.
Does that hit all your requirements?
Do you have any cooked vegetable coming into your salad?
The asparagus is going to be cooked with the chicken.
I would take that as a side.
What was that?
I would personally saute, I would cook your asparagus on the side.
Put asparagus on the side. Gotcha.
Yep, then that way you did it and you're not just doing, sheet pan is great, but you want to think about, again, execution in restaurants, right? How would you rock that out? You're going to have that chicken and rhubarb, rocking it out in the sheet tray. But you're going to saute that asparagus a la minute, right? And plate that all up and be ready to go. Especially just thinking about cook time, vibrancy of the vegetable, and showcasing technique and skill on vegetable cookery as well.
Heard. All right, thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm looking to see if I missed anything here in the chat.
Same. I do want to say that sounded delicious, Anna. A salmon with a hollandaise sauce with fennel greens. Sounds great. Sounds great.
Yep.
And Anna, that is sorrel. That is the acidic leaf. It's going to taste like a little bit like a herbaceous lemon. And that's how it's going to be. You can incorporate that. You know, I could see if you have some small ones, even just scattering that about for a little bit of acid in that to balance off the hollandaise, or depending upon how you're plating up your hollandaise, your fennel hollandaise sauce, then with salmon, you know, a little bit of the sorrel on top, depending again how you're presenting, right? Thinking about presentation. Wow. I'm super excited. These ideas that are coming in, you guys are starting to get a bit more creative, thinking outside of the box. How can I do this? How can I execute this? This is what we want to see from you. And if you feel like we're being like, it's because we want to push you. We want you to challenge yourself. I want you to challenge yourself. You know, I want you to challenge yourself. I think that's the best thing that we can do every day as a cook, right? Challenge yourself to be better than the last dish you made. Challenge yourself to make something that you struggled with and execute it this time, right? Mm-hmm. Walk away feeling like, man, that was awesome. You know, that's what I want you to feel. And that's how I want you to go and approach this dish and this dish. I'm probably not hopping in the walkway because we're going to be back at it tomorrow. I don't know.
I can send a link out to my class and I'll share it with you, Catherine, if you want to share it with your class. I'll do a separate meeting.
Okay.
It's maybe like a half hour because I've got a mountain of assignments to grade.
Same.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that link and I'll just put it in the chat.
All right, cool. I'll take care. Barbara, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna share that for my week 11. I just had a euphoric experience. With the butter, I didn't imagine it would come out like butter. So when I had it in my hands, I was laughing so hard, and my husband's like, what's in your hands? And I was like, I made butter. And he was like, what? And I was just like, I can't stop laughing. I don't know why. I didn't think I would make butter, but I made butter. It was great. It was a great experience.
Awesome. Just, a little bit of little Amish life there. No, I'm just joking. But you always think about Amish butter, churning the butter, right? Yeah. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I did just see one last question. Lee, struggling with the sauce reduction. What's the struggle? Let's try to just pinpoint that real quickly, unless you already dipped out.
Yeah, I got it this time. I got it this time. But in the past, when I've done reduction sauces, there have been times when I've reduced so down it's scorched. But this time I didn't scorch it. I got it perfect. So, I've had to remake some sauces on the fly real fast for classes.
Hey, everybody, if you don't mess up, you're not doing it right. All right. It is constantly making adjustments, changing, burning stuff, messing up. All right. Not a bad thing.
Basically, yeah. It's like I roasted vegetables all this time. The other day, I put some into roast to do some salsa, so I didn't lose my tomatoes. I burned it. But that's okay. I got more tomatoes.
There you go. That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
So it's going to come out. And now I got to go through dinner together, so I won't be in the study hall class.
All righty. We'll see you.
So,
We'll see you when we see
I'm
you.
going to miss y'all as teacher.
Likewise.
I emailed y'all too, by the way. Bye.
Cool.
Have a good night, everybody.
Happy cooking. D.
I was hoping you were going to be in the hallway, but I want both of you here to hear my appreciation. I've learned so much and I'm at the end, and I don't want to get emotional, but I've been waiting, since I was 9 to become a chef. So thank you so much for all your help. I really appreciate you guys. You guys were so amazing. And I will never, ever forget you or lose touch with you, okay? So look out for me. Look out for me, because I'm definitely going to be attached at your hip. I can't, I just can't, get over the fact that I'm at the end, and I'm going to be 48. So, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, you have no idea. Thank you. Can't believe I'm crying. Thank you.
Yeah, now you made me cry, D. That was not cool. What are you doing?
And I'm not a crier, but this has been a dream. And I've always cooked, but I've never. I went to culinary school during 9/11, right before 9/11. And I was pregnant with my son that's 19 years old now. I couldn't go back down there because of all the toxins.
Were you in New York or Jersey?
Yeah, I lived in New York most of my life.
Yeah, I hear your accent. I love it.
From the Bronx, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I know.
And then I was, at the same time, I worked at Sofitel, New York, a French hotel.
Ah, yeah, I remember reading. Yes, yeah. Totally. Okay, cool.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to cooking school. There's a restaurant, a French restaurant. I'll be able to internship there and it'll be great. And then 9/11 happened and I couldn't go back because I wanted to raise my son and I was also working full time.
We just lost you. We can't hear you. Or maybe it's just me.
No, I can't. Maybe now. Try again, Dee Dee.
I think
Okay,
it's
if you
your
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I never got a chance to go back because I wanted to raise my son and I was also working full time. So I never went back, but I still continued to cook and I still went on YouTube and catered from home during the holidays. So it's not like I was never going to cook, but I wanted to not only show my kids it doesn't matter what age you are, you can still go to school and fulfill your dreams. But my grandmother passed away during COVID and she was my inspiration for cooking. So I have to graduate. There was no doubt, no matter how scared I was, no matter what I didn't understand, I still know that I had to graduate. So now that I'm at the end, I'm like, oh my God, I'm at the end. All I have to do is my externship. So thank you. I'm sorry I'm crying so much, but it's a dream and I appreciate you.
Cry all you want. You should be so proud of you. So proud of yourself.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So happy for you, Dee Dee.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And the whole class. Thank you.
Stay in touch with both of us, okay? I want to hear what you're doing. All right, one more question, Audrey, and
yeah, I just wanted to say it's been a fun experience, and I appreciate all the knowledge. And I was trying not to make it too long, like I got to be at work, but man, y'all are so awesome.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed, Audrey, and I'm looking forward to seeing your plate.
Oh yeah, I had drew it out like we had learned in one of the previous classes, but yeah, I'm gonna probably start on it tomorrow. But I just wanted y'all to know y'all are pretty awesome, and I appreciate all the knowledge, and I'm gonna miss y'all.
Likewise. Stay in touch. We're here.
I will.
Cool.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, Travis, you're up.
Hi, I just want to say thank you, Chef Catherine, Chef Lee. You guys, one of my favorite. Chef Lee, no, I kind of stay in touch with her with a lot of my dishes and things like that. I mean, just love you guys. Love your energy, Chef Catherine. It's just so contagious. It's so catchy. And, you know, I don't cry on camera or whatever, but, you know, my heart just went out, especially to Dee Rios. She touched my heart. And I just want to say to all of my classmates, I enjoy just listening to you all. I've learned some things. There were some great questions and everything. Some of the people that I've seen from my last class, like my classmate Eddie Gregg Jr. from I think South Carolina, I think. So I just want to say, you know, thank you all, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. I wish everybody the best. I will be in touch with Chef Catherine and Chef Lee. I've tried to stay in touch with a lot of my instructors, and because everyone that I've been in class with has been great. You know, I don't say a whole lot, but when I do, I might talk too much. So, so I just want to say thank you for everything. I've learned so much. One of my specialties is plating. So I like to wait until the finished product. I like to take pictures and plate. So that's one of my goals, is to maybe one day have some nice garnishing plate photos on magazines or whatever case may be. I love to cook now, but I also love the plating part of culinary. So I just want to say well wishes to everybody. Hope to see you up the road. And God willing, I'm planning on wanting to attend the graduation, because I think this is monumental. I think it's beautiful. And just like Dee Rios says, she said that you never can get too old to go to school. And I'm 56 years old. And it feels like I'm just getting started. I've been to college before. Healthcare is my primary background. I've worked with some of the best surgeons in the country. And I was successful as a laser specialist and an endoscopy specialist. And so I just want to say thank you all. This is a new career change for me. And I'm just looking forward to everything. You know, I'm looking forward to doing great things. And like I said, I want to run into all of you guys maybe one day. You know, hopefully we'll have a reunion where we just do just a knockdown cookout.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would just be so awesome, you know, just to actually see the people that we see on video camera. So, you know, you guys just don't know how much fulfilled I feel, you know, being able to pass these classes. I didn't think that I would be able to succeed in culinary, because this is such a new field for me. I've always cooked, but like I was sharing my wife, I've always wanted to know the secrets of cooking. What's in these chefs' minds? You know, what makes them create these beautiful plates and different things like that. So I took a stab at it. I just jumped in both feet first and said, I'm going to just try it. And you know what? I don't regret one moment of it. And in my narration reflection, it always asks, did you enjoy this assignment? Well, I try to find a million ways to say yes, because every time I learn something, I know that I can add it to my portfolio. I know that I have that secret weapon in my portfolio. So when like brothers come over and we want to do a cookout, I can knock them dead.
Awesome.
So thank you all. Thank you. I won't hold you.
Thank you, Travis,
you,
and stay
Travis.
in touch.
Thank you, Travis.
Eddie, you're up.
I wanted to thank y'all also. I learned a lot, a lot. Um, my weakness was plating, but with the help of Chef Karen, I got a little bit of insight in plating and putting things together and everything. I've always been a good cook, and just like Travis. This is a new thing. I'm kind of starting a new career, in the late stages of my life. Also, I'm 59, and I just enjoyed this class. There wasn't a week that went by that I didn't enjoy. I had some difficult times going on in personal life and stuff like that, with some family deaths and illness of my father and all that stuff. But I persevered and I made it through. And I want to thank y'all for y'all support and for your instruction and your insight on everything.
It's been wonderful every week, new stuff coming in, all of you. But Eddie, you and I don't know, we have a certain Zoom connection going on. We chat throughout class, just making, things. It's been awesome. It's been awesome.
And I just want to let you all know I am, it's obviously I haven't had the pleasure of having some of you in my direct class, but having you here and hearing your stories and your passion and your willingness to follow something that you love. It is something that so many people fail to do because of the fear, right, of that. So be proud of yourselves and that you've pushed it this far. It's also not easy going to school online. You've got to be so personally determined to say, I'm going to execute this. I'm going to, so be proud of it. Not to mention life, what the heck we've all been going through in the past year and a half now with COVID. I mean, you guys went through COVID, through school, online, through all of this insanity. Be proud of yourselves. It is not something to take lightly, and it is a huge accomplishment. And I just want to let you all know that I cannot wait to hear about the adventures that you all take within this industry. All right, because it holds so many options and possibilities. And always remember that. All right.
Yep. Shanaz, I see your hand is up. Are you able to?
Hi, Chef. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I want to just say I made already my food because I was scared to spoil everything. And I want to thank you guys. And English is my second language. But I made it, I'm really happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Super proud. You have an amazing gift.
So much, guys.
Yeah. I hope that you continue to cook Persian food. It's the stuff that you have shown in the discussion forums has been amazing to see. And applying the techniques that you've learned here in school to the food of your country is
I have learned a lot. Thank you so much. I see myself different. I see it.
Well, now I'm super jealous. I've been missing out on Persian treats this whole time. You know what? So, I'll tell you one. Yeah, fezzejan. I can't pronounce it, but fezzejan, the dish with the walnuts and pomegranate, where you cook either duck or chicken or turkey, and then you serve it with the saffron rice.
You know what? Yes. I know the Beat Bobby Flay. Did you see that episode?
I met a guy from Iran and he showed me how to make it.
No, that in here in Bobby Flay, the Beat Bobby Flay. one of the chefs beat him with that fish in June.
Yeah, because it's amazing.
It is amazing, and my husband's favorite food. My husband's American.
Well, he's got good taste in that dish. Is all I have to say.
Really, really amazing, and I don't know how can I send to you the recipe. I can send it to Chef Lee, and she can send it to you. I don't have your email, so
I'll put it in the chat again. And then my other favorite one, and I'm not going to pronounce it correct probably either, but it's something with sabzi. It's all the herbs and eggs.
Is a egg.
Yeah, it's all the herbs chopped up finely, and then with egg, and it's let me see.
I know which one it is. I cannot like say it right now. I know which one. But the other thing we have with eggplant and egg is like, let me tell you guys quick, just some like smash some garlic, olive oil, fry it with olive oil, a little bit, saute it, and some turmeric. Then add eggplant, but you have to eggplant, like grill your eggplant. Then take your skin off, add it, and some tomato sauce. Oh my God, that's my husband's second favorite is that one. So
awesome. I just put this in, but I messed it up a little bit. And then the dish is called cuckoo sabzi.
Cuckoo sabzi.
Yeah, that one.
That one. It's real. Yes, it's cuckoo sabzi. How do you know those? That's amazing.
I'm a chef, girl. What do you think?
You are. That's amazing. How do you know that?
I love good food.
Good, yeah. I'm gonna ask Chef Lee for your email because I'm in my computer. Easiest for me, my work with my phone, and I send the recipe to you and Chef Lee.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Discussion this for last week too. I think we have tomorrow class. Do we?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in discussion form too.
Yeah, it'll be at the regular time tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad your family enjoyed all the dishes, Jesse. That's awesome.
Thank you, Chef Lee, for everything.
Absolutely. You're quite welcome.
Yep. My family's already asking, what are you going to do now, Dad? Okay.
They've challenged you.
They have.
That's awesome.
Dawn, see your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys. I'm really emotional hearing everybody else's stories, but I resonate with some of them. I went to school late and I actually graduated college in 2020 with all my teaching certificates. And then COVID kind of changed the outlook of things. So I went ahead and did culinary school, which was something that I loved cooking, but never ever thought that it was an option as a career choice. First month being in school with you guys, I landed a job at a local bar and grill, and I was in a photo food competition where I landed 11th. Chef Lee landed second in her group. So this gave me such confidence like I've never, ever, ever had before. Everything kind of fell together once I made this decision. And I also struggle with anxiety and depression, which has been very hard this block to even get up. But food has always brought me out of that. Rachel Ray, gotta love her. And now with this and Chef Lee not ever giving up on me and just everything, you can do it when you're older. You have more determination to do it when you're older. So for everybody out there, 40 and up doing this, fuck yeah, pardon my French, but pat yourselves on the back, you guys, we did it.
You did it, Dawn. So proud of you.
Way to go, Dawn. Be proud of yourself. All right, I think we got 2 more coming in. You guys are nonstop. Barbara, you're up. Did you have anything, or is that from before?
It's from now.
Okay.
I did have a question about the associate's degree, but I just wanted to add that no matter what you have going on in your life, if this is what you want, you can do it. I want to thank you guys so much for helping me in my fight to become a chef and to make this my career for the rest of my life. I originally throughout school had an IEP, which is an individual educational plan for people who have learning disabilities, and I'm one of them. And I didn't turn it in to Escoffier because I believe that I could do it on my own, and I have. And I'm very happy with that. And don't ever believe that they tell you that you have glass ceiling and that you're limited, because you're not. You're never limited, ever. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can do it. Even if you have to fight like hell for it, do it, you know? And my question about the associate's degree was, we have to go into our externship. We get 150 hours, I believe, and then we have a few more classes, and then we have another 150 hours for the associates for another externship. Is that how it works?
As far as I know, I know that there is another externship that goes with the associates program. I do not know the specifics of that. So you'll want to talk to somebody in registrar. Anybody who is interested in pursuing the associate's degree, reconnect with registrar. They'll be able to set you up with everything that, details. And there's a few different programs, of which type you want to go into the associates program. So that is an option. But I don't know the specifics. So, but you definitely do have a second externship. And congratulations, and way to not let anything say that you couldn't do it. So
That's right.
Knock it dead.
I want to say hi to my students who are, I know life is crazy, you have busy schedules, work, family, your personal lives. And it's really nice to see some of your faces that I haven't seen before today. And I appreciate you taking the time. One in particular, I know how busy you are. So it's good to see your face today.
Absolutely. Awesome. Fabian, you're up again.
All right, I just wanted to add to a little bit of what other people were saying. People, I don't know if you've ever read anything about me, but I'm a 5-time loser. I've been to jail 5 times. It's the worst feeling in the world. I'm an ex-drug addict. I've been clean for 7.5 years. I've told everybody I am going to be a chef, and they say, yeah, look at you. You're not going to be nothing. Look at me. I'm almost there. I'm 50 years old. Don't stop your dream, period. That's all I got to say.
Super proud of you.
Hell yeah.
Way to go.
Man, you guys really put me through the ringer today. That's all I have to say. I was like, I'm not gonna cry. It's fine. I'm really proud of all of you.
Yeah, very much so. I have to make sure to wear my waterproof mascara tomorrow.
Chef Lee, you didn't know you're always supposed to wear waterproof mascara?
Well, I know.
You never know when the crying's gonna just pop on, right? Who's with me, right? No, anybody? No, I'm just joking.
Oh, Craig, I see your hand is up, but I can't
I
unmute.
just,
Oh, there you go.
I have to second what everybody said because I'm 54 and I struggled mostly in high school with grades. And to see me get recognition for honor roll and the president's list, you have no idea how blown away I was. I just wanted to learn how to cook. I had no idea that those rewards were even, were there. I just wanted to cook and learn and just change everything around. But to accomplish that, it's amazing. I am just blown away at what I have done, and I'm actually finished because I used to start stuff, start and don't finish. I'm at the end.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
Congratulations. Never give up.
You guys.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Sylvia.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, everybody. Just want to say congratulations to everyone. You know, we're almost done. And this is like, you know, a lot of people say that it's their dream. It's my dream as well, because I've been put up for 10 years with my ex that, you know, he forced me to cook canned beans and stuff like that. And this really means a lot to me. That's all I want to say.
Proud of you, Sylvia. So proud of you. I know so many of you all have been going through tough times, whether it's work or family or sickness or death or mental health or whatever it might be. And just want to let you know, you all have done it. You've come this far, and just never stop. Never stop trying and never stop giving up, no matter what comes your way. Know that you also, luckily, have a great industry to be in, with a lot of support and people that are passionate about something that you share, something deep and connective to you as well. And that bonds us all, right? More than you will know, because that passion and that love, we've talked about this before, right? You cook, why do you cook? Because you love seeing that look on somebody's face, making somebody happy, right? Something like that. So know that you have that connection, and you're going to meet a lot of people in the industry, and you're going to have great connections with people. And just know that you have support, whether it's in your classmates, the chef instructors. We're all in this industry together. We all have to help each other and support each other. And if you're ever feeling down, know that you've got people all around you that will bring you up and help you and not let you burn a sauce. All right. All right. Chef Lee, I'm not going to keep talking because I'm just going to keep crying. So
I can't.
Who makes the sauce? I had to say it. That
wait, what did you say?
Commercial. When you were like, we don't let you burn the sauce. I was like, who makes the sauce?
I don't know. I was just going on here.
But I just burnt my oh my goodness. I'm making burnt apple sauce. Well, no, stop. So I'm roasting my apples, put some little sugar on it, whatever, making a burnt apple sauce, if you will, is what it was called. But I didn't get all my sugar because I was in class and it kind of got hard. You know how sugar will get hard, but whatever. So I sprayed some water on it, did a little pastry trick, sprayed some water, put it in the oven, got all into the class and boo-hooed again and smelt and saw the smoke. So I burnt the sauce, but, but I got all the apples and everything out first. But yeah, so I had you were like, oh, we're not gonna let you burn the sauce. So who made the sauce? No.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, I will actually round that out. You know, I have been exposed to a lot of new flavors recently, and burning things can sometimes be absolutely beautiful and add some, I mean, depending upon how you utilize it, but you think about some dishes that have char components, right? Why do we love grilled foods? Because it has char. You know, really roasted peppers have char notes. So remember, even if you do burn something, there's ways to take a little bit of that, incorporate it in something, and not all is lost. And it adds a lot of depth. They're using like a burnt leek ash, tons of cool ways to add some burnt flavor and stuff. So even if you do burn the sauce, we'll figure out a way to how to make it all right. All righty.
You add sweet rhubarb reduction. That's it. You're good.
Perfect. I can't wait to see it.
Well, I think We're probably gonna skip the hallway today and do one tomorrow. Sending you a lot of good vibes and love. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get to the finish line. I believe in you. And if you need anything, give me a call.
Totally. We're here. Proud of you all.
And Olive says good night.
Night,
Thank you,
everybody.
chefs.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, chefs.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, chefs.
Bye. Take
Good
care.
night.
See you mañana.
Right.
Mañana.
Good night. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good night, chefs. Good night, everybody. Have a
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
All right. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.